Where's the sun loading? There we are. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge, an edge warrior of the Midwest. Hey, I'm Malik Hodge, the prophet of the Seven Thunders. This is Up Late Update with Malik Hodge. This is where we take current events and get the understanding of them from the unsealed scriptures and give you the understanding of them of how they fit with what's taking place in today's time of today. All right. So, there's a lot of things taking place. And let's get started. Let me see. Excuse me. Make sure that this new format is for me. All right. We're going to cover a couple of different areas. But before we get started, I want to come back to that. Oh. All right. I guess. Well, powerful storm strikes Alaska, bringing historic surge and coastal flooding. One of the strongest storms in at least a decade struck Alaska Saturday with hurricane force winds, high seas, and rain that caused coastal flooding. A low pressure front in the Bering Strait was spinning as wide and strong as any winter storm, but instead of bringing cold weather, it was fed by the volatile air from the former typhoon Merbok, forecasters said. The result was 5 inches of rain along the coast south of Anchorage on Saturday, with a flood warning in effect for that coastline through 10 p.m. Federal forecasting said. The storm conditions, including wind gusts above 50 miles per hour, were expected overnight for the state's Arctic and West Coast, prompting Governor Mike Delaney to declare a disaster for affected areas. Okay. So there's a flash floods in Anchorage. It said it. One thing that stood out there said it was caused by would usually be winter storm. However, this was not. It was caused by a cyclone, the other cyclone that came through. So, and it dropped 5 inches of rain on them. So, Typhoon Merbok, yeah, the typhoon, Typhoon Merbok, it was from the former Typhoon Merbok. So that was different. So the governor said he's issued a state of emergency for the areas that was in. We're gonna go from there to the wildfires. Wildfires in Northern California. And then we're gonna get into, the bulk. These is things that are just things that about the weather and the weather pattern that has consistently been just hitting them all year of extreme weather patterns. Get this. Wow. Okay, here we go. All right, here we are. A fast-moving wildfire. Northern California wildfire destroyed dozens of homes. A fast-moving wildfire scorches through Northern California has destroyed dozens of homes and creating dangerous smoke conditions in regions further north. The Mosquito fire has burned through nearly 49,000 acres and have gutted at least 25 single occupancy residences in El Dorado and Placer counties since it sparked on September 6th. according to California's Department of Fire and Fire Protection. The fire, which is only 16% contained, could worsen as strong southwest winds bring drier air on Tuesday. Fire officials said more than 11,000 people in the region had been ordered to evacuate. Both the El Dorado and Tahoe natural forecast national forests are closed because of the mosquito fire, officials said. The fire is so intense that the smoke being emitted is producing hazardous air quality conditions for states further north and east. A red flag warning in Wyoming has been issued due to the winds gusting up to 30 miles an hour and humidity in levels as low as 10%. Large plumes of smoke were seen covering the city of Reno, Nevada, in the time-lapse video posted to the Twitter on Sunday by the National Weather Service Reno office. The smoke lingered in the Tahoe Basin through at least Monday, according to NWS. So this fire, they said this fire has been burning since the 6th. 16% contained. It's burned down dozens of homes, 25 homes, single home. The fire is so intense that the smoke is being seen and causing air quality, hazardous air quality in other states and cities. So these fires have been burning. I mean, burning consistently. I mean, one fire after the next. Like this said, fire burning 66 the 6th of the month. And they said it's just gonna intensify due to the weather. 1 minute the weather is it's raining, which is caused takeout, help out with some of the fires, and then the next moment, the rain only lasts for a short length of time, and then because of the drought that they've been going through, the rain is like just it rains, it moves fast, but it goes away and dissipates as fast as it comes down. So then it gets hot and humid again, which is just a nice condition to get another another fire. So now let's get into more serious content. Well, that's the weather and fire. Um, I like to give you an idea of what's taking place in America. That you know, sometimes those things go past your ear. You don't understand what type of weather and see the thing is reports that you're not paying attention to how these the reports are affecting you and you don't know it, you know. So these fires, these hurricanes, all these things is causing a chain reaction with your food, uh, goods coming from California. Um, and many of them. So, hear this. All right, all right. We're gonna get into this. It's like the sitting here and you see, you know, the fire, but then the smoke from the fire is affecting the breathing conditions to people in other states and cities. Some of these things you don't see what's taking place, but it's definitely doing something. It definitely um, causing other things, other problems around the globe. So this here is speaking. Let's get to our um. Which one is this? Okay. All right. So we saying coal stoves and wood thieves. Europe braces for winter without Russian gas. All right. The West is standoff. West's standoff with Russia has set energy prices soaring across Europe, but the August bills led him goosenecked. His energy tab had surged by 70%. I'm afraid, said the 60-year-old Minich man, his voice breaking after uh, after rent. The increased cost about 190 a month for electricity and heat compared to 112 before will leave him with $366 a month for food, medicines, and transit during Germany's worst bout of inflation since the 1970s. I'll have to buy less food, said Martins, who has a spinal disease and survives off a fixed early pension. In winter, how will I pay the bill or the rent? Across Europe, Russian President Vladimir Putin weaponization of the natural gas exports, withholding shipments, the Europeans say, to punish the West for the imposing sanctions on Russia, is dragging a bomb on consumers in some of the richest countries on earth. The nations that have been hit hardest, including Germany, Britain, Italy, and the Netherlands, have seen ratepayers slapped with year-over-year surges as high as 210%, even as officials and analysts warn of the prospects of national and rationing and blackouts in winter. In Britain, cash-strapped residents are abandoning pets, while schools are warning that rising energy costs mean they cannot no longer afford new textbooks. It's Poland's officials are weighing the distribution of anti-smog masks as Poles consider burning trash for heat in winter in Germany. Residents of Old West Berlin are dusting off coal and wood burning stove ovens that are served as insurance against the Russian targeting energy supplies during the cold weather, during the Cold War. Several European countries are offering and suffering scrutiny and soaring prices for a fuel of last resort firewood. Thieves sensing opportunity are stealing logs from trucks. Beds, scammers are setting up fake websites posing as wood sellers to con desperate consumers. Wood burning ovens and furnaces in several countries have almost completely sold out. Firewood is the new gold, says France. Man. What did it say? Leon 62, a systems administration in Bremen, Germany, who has a wood burning furnace on back order. His estimated energy bill for the next year, 4,500, up from 1,500 for the 12 months to May. So Europe is bracing. Cold storm and wood thieves. Europe braces for winter without Russian gas. And that's what they're going to be going through. Now, you're seeing this. It says you can't get, you got scammers out. Scamming. Getting people to, scamming people for that's supposed to be buying wood. People buying gas stoves and anything, and wood is like the new gold. So what is they gonna do for the trees? They're gonna get several trees cut down. However, if you're seeing this type of thing going on now, and it's not even winter, they're bracing for winter, so they don't even really know how it's going to go. But they have businesses shutting down because the price is rising. So when it gets cold, what are they going to do? They're going to have to do something to keep the people warm. And when the people are really cold, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to revolt because they're going to be cold, getting, catching colds, flus. Think about if another variant of COVID pops out. And they're cold, they're catching stuff, they're passing things. The people are going to revolt and rise up. You're going to want to know why are they without heat and gas because of what's taking place. Why America is forcing on Russia. Or the UN, America and the rest of them are forcing on Russia. So is it worth it? Right now they think it is. They're just bracing for it, It's saying they're going to stick together. That's their main. They act like that's their main. That's their main plan. Is to, as long as we stick together, that's what we gonna make it through. So, we'll see. Okay. So let's get to our next topic. All right. Our next topic is we're gonna get to it. It's I don't know why that's no. Oh, okay. Let me. Okay. All right. Here we are, right here. So it's not the one that I wanted. However, it's we're gonna let me do it like this. Let me see if we can find it. I don't know. Let's check. Here we are. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Iran nuclear top head into deep freeze ahead of midterms. Vienna. The Iran nuclear talks are stalling out again. Only a few short weeks ago, European diplomats were waltzing through the streets of the Australian capital, optimistic that the month of negotiation to revive the Iranian nuclear deal had finally achieved a breakthrough. But an Iranian Teflon and reports of new uranium enrichment to near weapons level have shattered hopes here that a deal will soon be reconstructed. And suitably understood language, UN nuclear watchdog Chief Rafael Grossi revealed his disappointment to reporters on Monday in Vienna. Engagement with Iran is not at the point that I would really like it to see. The indirect negotiations between the U.S. and Iran and other world powers are aimed at restoring the 2015 landmark nuclear accord, which lifted many international sanctions on Iran in exchange for strict restrictions on the nuclear program. The deal has been on life support since 2018, when then President Donald Trump unilaterally walked away from the agreement and reposed a broad array of sanctions. In mid-August, it appeared as tough Iran was ready to drop a major demand holding up the talks, an explicit guarantee that the UN nuclear watchdog probe until its post-nuclear activists would be similarly closed. European as well as U.S. diplomats considered the apparent resolution of the issue as a hopeful sign that Iran was ready to close the deal. But negotiations have faltered again since the beginning of September, when Iran reopened the issues on the probe. You asked for further guarantees that will secure Tehran's economic benefit of the New Deal. Talks now appear headed toward a stalemate until after the U.S. midterms elections on November the 8th, according to the European diplomats. So I'm gonna stop that there. And then I'm gonna pick up from another one. Because it's okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Man. Okay. All right. All right. They're not putting it back up on. Okay, here it is. All right, we're fine. All right. I don't know. I was about to say. This is okay. Okay. Damn. They won't let me get it. So you're not going to be able to get it. I'm not able to pick up. Okay. Iran deal breakthrough hopes continue to fade. Efforts to rebuild the Iranian nuclear deal have again hit a snag as U.S. officials charge that Tehran's latest response signals that it is not ready to return to the agreement in the immediate future it has told the corporation on probe and traces of undisclosed nuclear material. The United States and Iran have traded responses via the European Union to a personal but forward by the EU's top diplomat Joseph Borrell. Iran submitted its initial answer in mid-August. The U.S. replied to it about a week later. Last Thursday, Iran sent its latest answer, which a State Department spokesman said was not constructive. On Monday, Borrell said he was less confident about prospects for the nuclear deal, for which the U.S. withdrew in 2018 under the Trump administration. Iran has increasingly violated its commitments to the agreement and grows its nuclear program in the wake of the U.S. withdrawal. The last interaction is not covering. It is diverging, Burrow said, calling it very much worrisome. If the process does not converge, the whole process is in danger, he said. According to the U.S. senior administration official, Iran, in the latest response, reopened the issue of the nuclear watchdog investigation into undeclared uranium traces found at Iranian sites. Iranian officials had repeatedly said that the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA probe would need to be closed before they will return to the deal. However, a separate senator administration officials Iran, in the latest response, reopened the issue of the UN nuclear watchdog. So this is saying that, they don't see it. Well, I'm just taking this because it said, the one I really had said that Iran's nuclear deal was in the ER. They preferred it as being in a medical emergency. Like the nuclear deal is in the ER. The state of the nuclear deal is in the ER. Now they said is and this one they said it was in a it, it was in a code. What it say? This was in the code, and this one here say this is. No, this is the wrong one. We don't want to hear that. This, the Iran nuclear agreement hopes continue to fade, and said that it's um said it's in the freezer or something like that to that extent. So we read these things because you know. Let's see our time. All right, we good. Looking at that Iran deal, knowing that it's the spark that is going to flare, begin, that's going to kick the war in the Middle East off, and that Iran, they keep saying that they want to handle. America keeps saying they want to handle this diplomatically, but Israel's against it. Now the E3 part of the European nation, they're against it. People saying they don't see it. America is still implementing new sanctions on Iran for assisting. Now, you have to just keep asking yourself, how in the world can you get a sanction put on you for selling products from your military to one of your allies when America sells products or military products all over the world? All over the world. They're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine for this war. Billions. Not billions of dollars, billions of dollars worth of materials, billions of dollars worth of artillery. However, they're going to sanction Iran for assisting or selling drones to Russia. Now, if anybody can sit here and even consider listening to somebody that is, that's sitting up, that's like you got a box of cigarettes, you like one back to back. Soon this one goes out, you going, you know how cigarettes cause cancer. You know them cigarettes cause cancer. You smoking one back to back. You got boxes up. And you smoking them back to back. And then somebody comes. I'm going to reframe that. I'm going to take that out. Just say, you're um running down a hill. You know you got hills and you run down the hill, and you taking something. That's the you taking something to somebody, and then you see somebody else doing the same thing. They got the same thing you have, the same thing you doing, and they taking it the same thing to somebody else just like you. And you tell them, I'm gonna sanction you. You gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna sanction you. You ain't gonna be able to eat. You can't do that. You can't take stuff to people. And you taking far more. You got far more people that you taking things to for far more money. And then you gonna tell that person that they can't do what you doing. And you gonna impose some sanction on them. That what? How does that work? Your country eating. You ain't nobody sanctioning you for what you doing for the pushing wars and um funding wars and sending um military equipment all through the country, guns, you're selling the guns and weapons all through the world. Where's American sanctions? You're the biggest terrorist on the planet. False Israel is a terrorist. So excuse me. See, the abomination of desolation. You know, this war in the Middle East. You got to really think on the things on the on how far gone people's minds are to think that this is it. Does that even sound right? It has no ring of right in it. It's stupid. And people will sit up and talk about, like Russia's they done something wrong and everybody's against them. And they just trying to take care of their people. America forced this. Forced the war. Forced Zelensky to have to go to war. It could have been handled ever. As we see. Look at it from what you really see. Like I say, they share it with false Israel. Their hands is not tied. Got to can make that seen. Got to make that understood. That they can the JCPOA is the JCPOA is off the table. Now they're saying that the JCPOA is an ER. It's in the refrigerator. So that means it's froze or it's on life support. It's in the ER. So is it done? It's on life support. It's in the freezer. They're working on plan B. You have to pay attention to that. What does that mean? Doesn't mean that they want to handle we sure want to handle this diplomatically, but then you opposing more sanctions. So we read this understanding to get you to see how what's taking place in the world is lining up with the scriptures. It's right in line from what's taking place in the European nations. They're getting together. Prepare for a harsh winter without Russian oil or Russian gas. And these things that we've been sharing with you, that this is what was going to happen. This is what's going to cause the EU, Germany, to go against the Gog and Magog. Go against them. Because they're going to be in this harsh time, and the people is going to go crazy, and they're going to start to revolt. They're looking around. Russia's sending TV telegrams, lean back, stretching with their feet up on the couch, shirt off, eating popcorn and some heat. In the heat. Bath water, running hot, washing their clothes. That's going to drive them Europeans crazy. They freezing. They doing all this, and they looking at America. Why the hell is we over here freezing and America ain't freezing? And America is the one that's pushing this agenda. They spent $60 billion on pushing this war in the Ukraine. Why is we over here freezing to death? Children freezing to death. Businesses closed. Schools closed. Trying to ration things. It's going to cause a problem. That's what's going to cause that backlash. Everything, that's what's going to cause everything that Americans doing is going to backfire. This pushing on Russia is going to backfire on America. That's what the scripture said. Unsealed scripture said that. However, we're in this time of abomination of desolation. Shock of the hour. Michael and his angels is going to go to war with the dragon and his angel. Michael being Master Farah Muhammad. Iran and Syria is its angels, and they're going to war with the dragon, the house of Saudi Arabia, and its angels are Britain and America and false Israel. They're going to go to war with them and they're going to take down the house of Saudi Arabia. They're going to kick out Britain and America from the Middle East, and they're going to siege and destroy false Israel. And when that happens, that's the abomination of desolation. And when false Israel is sieged, we're gonna have to know, when you see that, which is gonna be like the sixth wind on the key, you need to get out of there. You need to flee. You need to run to the mountains. You need to flee. You need to get to the Midwest. You need to get to Chicago. And the closer, soon when the war kick out, we're going to give some definite information, because we can't give you too much information, because when you're listening, they're listening as well. And we have a convoy set up for us that'll be trying to take us out when it's time to get up out of here. They're going to attack all blacks when false Israel's taking down all those lies and deceit all that gray area and all that BS that they've been shooting out and stuff, sitting up, stealing our identity. When all that's gone, um, they're gonna straight out attack all blacks because they know that the black man and woman is the seed of Abraham that is the the ones that is given the birthright. So with that, I'm gonna bring this to a close. I'll see you again tomorrow. Times has been against me on my presentation. We're gonna keep making it, and we're gonna set it up far in advance of my new format. And I'm gonna bring this new format. We're gonna also, we're gonna take current events and give them back to you in a another layout, and we're going to show you from from parts of the scriptures of what the scriptures share will be taking place in this time, and add them up with what's happening in the world and the conditions that you are seeing, and what is sparking and causing the wars around you, and what's going to be bringing them in. Because all these things that are taking place in each nation can be described from in the scriptures. This is what's going to be happening after that 400 years period, and we're going to be taking current events and showing you from a biblical standpoint, and so you can get a better understanding. Not that we're just giving you reports of what's going on. A lot of valuable understanding, and where you can see what's taking place in today's time and how it fits with the scriptures and why it's happening. So with that, I'm going to bring this to a close. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock Pacific. And I'll greet you as I came. Good morning. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.